me know when, and I'll give you a good.
I don't know what's happening. I know you guys can hear it, but outside my house, there's about 13 fire trucks and then like 50 white trash watching fire trucks, which I don't know what that's about. There's a certain age where you stop being a retarded child and you start being a retarded adult. It's cold. It's 30 degrees. Stay inside. You can read in the paper what happened. Bobby, take it away.
But
Well, right now,
sometimes some shit might blow up.
It might. Yesterday, someone shot off fireworks in front of my house. I'm like, it's fucking December. Where did you get fireworks, 13-year-old Puerto Rican girl? Go ahead, Bobby.
well, there are 13 fire trucks outside of Pat's apartment. That means somewhere in Jamaica, somebody's dreams are about to come to a screeching halt.
Oh, no.
Covell, give me a beat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Pat Oates Show. You hear him on radio. You hear him on stage. You hear him checking you out at a retail store we're not allowed to mention. It's big and there's lots of them. Put your hands together for Pat Oates. And his co-host, as always, taking advantage of a good beat for once. His pronouns for everyone else now, he uses exclusively are bitch. Please put your hands together for Bobby Tamburo. And joining us, a hilarious comedian out of Kansas City. We met at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. He's a veteran, so you better watch this episode or you hate America. Put your hands together for Covell Hudson.
Yo, I wish I could keep the beat going and introduce
and
the
cheer for yourself.
But yeah,
but I can't pick it up for you, unfortunately. You laid way too good of a standard.
I got a question. Why is that the song that everyone does beatbox to?
It's the easiest, simplest.
I know, but it's just like dum 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 dum.
Look, when you go outside of that, now you're trying to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean?
Well, there's always that one guy who starts with chugga chugga chugga. Then he does that, but he always has to start.
You can never recover after you start with chicka chicka. So like, I stayed right here. You know.
No, you go right there. Like, when someone says do a beat, you do that. When someone says what's a Chinese song, you go dong 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 dong. It's always the same thing. I know Bobby gets mad when I do that, but that is the #1 Chinese song of all time. So I don't care what you say, everyone knows
Bobby,
it.
are you Chinese?
No, not at all. I'm Italian and Irish. But that beat test is pretty much like it. 3. I don't need that test. I can tell you what your heritage is based on what you do. If you do that boom beat, African-American heritage of some sort in there. If you do the ba-da-da-da.
Yes, someone does Sanford and Son. Who did that? Was Pat George?
Somebody did that?
Andy Malafarina.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, he did Sanford and Son.
Most comedians who try to do an intro song, that's what it ends up being if they are of Caucasian descent. It starts out, it could be anything. You know, it could be
that's
we
hilarious.
will ba-da-da-da.
Hey, if I'm on here again, I'm gonna have a white beatbox.
Okay, I like it. And we'll definitely have you back. You're already funnier than half.
And I hope we don't ever say his name, and he's just the white beatbox.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen, the white beatbox.
I'll sign in as Covell Hudson, aka the white beatbox. I think I can fit all that in there.
Well, that would be good reparations if everyone got a white beatboxer, like just to have him go, and he has to do it embarrassingly in front of people all the time. That would be perfect.
Well, I don't know about reparations. Some of my people may disown me for it if I do a white beatbox.
No, everyone gets one.
Everyone gets one?
So you're at a party and then you just break out your white guy who poorly beatboxes and you laugh at it. I think that would be beautiful. There's a lot of unemployed white people that would do that.
It's basically your get out of jail free card. You spill something on your shirt, you need a distraction. Oh shit, my white beatboxer, and then you can sneak away.
If you step on the gangster's white new sneaker, and then you have the white guy come over there and do a beatbox.
No, that's what you get. Exactly. You get every white woman who says she's part of Black Lives Matter. She has to clean your shoes.
Hey, you know what? I went to the protest last year. That's a whole bunch of white women, man.
They're coordinating it. And they have a raffle and a cake sale. It's like, what are you doing here?
Hey, you know, I was scared till I got there, and then I was like, "Ooh, there's a whole bunch of white women. Ain't nothing gonna happen out here, man."
There is something ironic about them being like, "Your lives matter. You're just bad at coordinating protests, so we're in charge." You're like, wait a second. I think you may have lost the message here.
Well, I don't know they lost the message. They changed the narrative because the white women weren't in charge of anything either. They couldn't vote or anything. So they're like, well, we want in. Like, well, you can't, no, you can't have in.
And you know, I love white women for sure. I love white women, but they have the least to do, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like expendable time or whatever you call it.
How
Yeah.
dare you? Being a mother's a full-time job. I had to have come in me and everything.
Ask my nanny who's watching my kids while I'm out here at the protest.
Ask Bill Burr about it. You know, yeah,
Exactly.
while they're bending at the hip.
Swinging their Gucci-clad boots across the line of oppression.
You know, I don't think Mexican women do too much.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think they
compared to what Mexican men do.
Well, they got a lot of. They got it. Let me not. I don't want to be stereotypical, but they usually have like 10 kids, so that's different than
Right,
American.
and those kids all
women.
have jobs and chores right away as soon as they come out. The more kids you have, the less you have to do.
Well, I guess that's true.
I think Italians are the same way.
Italians.
Because the grandma has to beat all the kids. The mother has to sit there and make the pasta. And that's all they do. The one beats, one makes food. And then all the kids, all named Tony, they have to fucking get the money and hustle and do all this to get the numbers. That's what they do.
Well, but it's a lot of pasta to be made for Italians, I think.
Yeah, but the men can't do it because they're too busy punching their wives. They can't make pasta.
All right.
Who's going to punch the wife?
At least we're sober enough to remember punching our eyes potatoes.
I wasn't. Listen, Italian people are not sober either. They're drinking wine. At least Irish people drink beer like a man.
Hey, and you know what? I think just because we're on the topic of hitting women, like you just don't read it like
we're already there.
Like wife beaters. Italians, I think, are the people that made wife beaters like a thing. You know what I mean?
And why is it okay for us to call that T-shirt that still?
I don't think it's okay anymore.
It's not canceled. You say I've seen women on TikTok say I'm wearing my wife beater. That's the one thing that didn't go away.
I'm not trying it with my black ass. I had a wife beater joke, but nah.
I think I should call the shirt wife greeter. You just change the little words. Like, it's just how I greet your wife. When I'm fucking your wife, I wear this shirt.
Or when you're beating your wife, but you don't say beating, so you don't go to jail, you say greeting.
Yes.
So, it could go either way.
I don't think I think Your Honor.
That's it. And then you've got the wife beater jeans and a hastily thrown on polo shirt, which is the wife fell down the stairs look. That's what when you get your shit put together as you go to the ER.
Is he going in the courtroom with that?
Exactly. Yeah. It's my nice outfit, Your Honor.
My cousin Vinny outfit.
The shoes, the shirt, the hat, and the black eye all match. It's nice.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, go to court. Just wearing your best outfit that you wore when you did do the crime. Like, don't wear the same outfit to court that you did the crime in. People do that too much. It's like, change.
Yeah.
Something nicer. What happened to dressing up to court? I don't know nobody dresses up for court anymore. They don't. You were supposed to go there. You were supposed to wear a suit. For my dad, when I was a kid, my dad said you get a suit for 3 things: weddings, funerals, and court. And you have the same suit for all 3. And I have one suit. That's the only time I'll wear them.
Y'all from the country.
No, we're right between New York and Boston. Not the country, but that you're supposed to look nice. You're not supposed to go to court like an asshole. You did something wrong. It's your way of saying sorry. You wear a suit and say, sorry, people can put me in jail. Don't put me in jail.
Yeah, that's true. I usually wear a nice button up so they don't think, because I got the dreads and shit, so I got to take the black down a little bit.
Yes.
You got to look like you're going for philosophical. Like you're one of those guys. You studied philosophy. You teach at the local community college. You're like, all right, today we're going to learn about death students.
Hey, goddamn right. I try to look like a student, just a good boy.
You know what you should do? You should wear a karate gi and no shoes. Like, they won't fuck with you. They're like, what is up with this dude? Just a whole karate outfit and then no shoes.
That would be hilarious.
But then you don't say shit. You don't address it. Nothing.
Well, but I ain't got no 6-pack no more, so they'll know something's up when they see the gut.
Well, you don't open up the karate gi. Keep it tight. The fatter, the better. They're not gonna fuck with you. Tight. They don't want that dude in jail. They don't want Karate Boy in jail.
That's true. That's true. And Steven Seagal can still fight with his gut. So yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Well, Covell and I actually met in a unique way. I feel like this was a fun story. We worked together at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Covell came as the host for the group you were with, the Veterans of Comedy, right? And the club booked me as a host, so you did a guest spot, and it was cool. We both had fun. And what I liked the most about you is you made it instantaneously not awkward. You know what I mean? Like, because I could pick up on what was happening. I did the math right away. I was like, oh shit, he's their host. He's just doing a guest spot. He's being cool. But you welcomed me to the team more than anybody else. And like, then Ty got sick and we ended up, it worked out for the best for everybody. But I just instantaneously.
Not for Ty.
Well, he's back home. He's doing great.
He's back performing.
Yeah, he's alive. So
you're like, it worked out for everyone. One man's ill enough where he had to like stop performing.
Well, if 5 days ago we did this podcast, then he'd still be in the hospital. So
we'd be saying
that's
a
like saying the
gangbang
gangbang was great except for the guy who got AIDS. No, there's the guy who got AIDS. Go ahead. Anyway,
but the reason I bring this up is because working with you that weekend, I got to witness one of the ballsiest things I've ever seen. We got done with the show. Covell featured. He killed. No surprise. He gets done. We're going outside to smoke together. And the waitress, who's a hefty woman, she would be a guard in football. You know what I mean? She's definitely going to be an interior lineman. I think they're called a prop in rugby, Pat.
Yes.
See, I could be. And she comes up and she's like, hey, one of the people wanted to know if you're single. And can I give her your number? And Covell hit her with the funniest line I've ever heard, which was, looked her up and down and went, how big is she? And the woman goes,
I asked her what she looked like. And then she said, she's kind of big.
She said she's kind of big.
Yeah.
And Covell said, how big? And she was like, I don't know. Everybody kind of holds their weight differently. And Covell said, well, compared to you, how big is she?
Hey, she gave me an answer pretty promptly.
She said about the same size. And Covell said, all right, yeah, give her my number, bet. Winked, and then we went outside and smoked a joint. And I thought that was the most gangster thing I've ever seen working with somebody. I was like, hey, he's got two irons in the fire.
On a scale of 1 to your ass, what are you?
Well, because because she was like, I have a scale. Well, not a weight scale, but like a scale of.
That would be amazing if you had a scale and you broke it out every time a woman talked to you. Get on there, bitch. I gotta see.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Like, can you step on that for me?
What you do is you take the numbers out and you put words. So when they stand, it goes beautiful or amazing. So they're like, oh, and then you get the fucking fat lady.
Listen, I serve the country, and the VA says there's a certain weight limit to ride this ride, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna need you to hop on that scale because these hips ain't made of titanium.
Hey, and somewhere on there, I have to put on there, he barely made it. Barely made it. Come on. Man.
There's a certain range where you have an hour to go sit in the steam room and do cardio and try to sweat it out to get below the line. It's a certain range. You can healthily get below what you need to.
Oh, you can make a scale that has date ideas, but the date's based on how fat they are. So the fatter they are, the more active the date is. It's like, let's take a walk or something.
That's so much nicer than
but if they're thinner, it's like ice cream. It's like
I thought it was going to be the date gets cheaper the heavier the scale is. It's super light. It's like a 5-star restaurant. If it gets a certain way, it's like a McDouble and a 40.
I keep getting sauna. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Sauna,
because she's 400 pounds. We got to sweat that shit off.
Why does it keep saying attend the Weight Watchers meeting together?
Like, whoa, why did it say 5K? Like, no, that's the date. That's
why does it say group date? It thinks more than one person's on the scale. Get the fuck off.
Oh, well, hey, y'all know the oldest joke, like your mama's so fat she get on the scale and it says one person only.
Yes.
Like, that has to be a dial. Matter of fact, I want to make a custom scale now and make that a whole thing.
Your mama jokes?
Well, no, like
that would be better.
Step on the scale, bitch.
It just talks. You're so fat. Like that would be motivating. If it got like nicer, it started off with like, your mama jokes. And it was mean to you, and like the thinner you get, the nicer it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts like with David Goggins just screaming shit at you, and then it becomes like nicer, motivated people until you get to a point where it's just like beautiful motivational speakers like oh, you've done great. And starts off like, you fat fuck, get off the goddamn scale. Just start screaming at you.
They start having fortune cookie. fortune cookie scriptures in there.
With just the description, you don't get the cookie because you're too fat.
Hey, no, I really want to try to make a custom scale.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? It'd be funny.
I think you're thinking too small scale here. No pun intended.
Yeah, it was. There's pun.
But why just do a scale? Why not do a whole lifestyle app? So it could be just you in their pocket. Oh yeah, fatty, go ahead, eat another donut. See who's gonna fuck you later. You know what I mean? Like you just check in with them all day. They've got those workout mirrors now, where it's like, hey, you gonna keep cheating, or you gonna be the bitch who only gets fucked in the ass? You know what I mean? You're gonna be the bitch who has to give up the ass to get fucked.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Because some women you just use their mouth because they're too big. You know what I mean? Because big women they suck dick with the purpose.
It's not a. Everyone thinks it's a purpose. It's just because they're so used to eating that their mouth works better. You know, that's all it is. You're not good at it because you're fat. You're good at having things in your mouth that makes you fat. So
no. It's both. This is their M&M moment. They have something in their mouth which they're good at, and they have one opportunity to make somebody feel something for them other than disgust. It's the perfect storm.
You only get one time. Damn, I fucked up the lyrics.
You only got one shot, one opportunity.
One opportunity. There.
Sorry, Covell, that one's ours.
We probably been on there for 20 minutes. How many groups have we offended so far?
Oh, that's what we do.
I think
And we should
so
get
far.
to our
It's
first
early,
story.
don't worry. 800
Oh,
pound
yeah,
mile.
got to the first story.
8 mile, but it's ATE. I want to make that movie where she's just a fat bitch. Bobby, that's a t-shirt. 8 mile, but it's ATE. I'm telling you, we're done.
The sequel is Eaton Mile.
And of course with M&Ms, like the candy, not the rapper.
I am fat. I am a fucking slob.
Oh man, I can't think of that that rhymes with Mekhi Phifer.
But instead of rabbit, it's flabbit. Nothing rhymes with Mekhi. I was trying to think
at all.
McPie Pfeiffer.
McPie Phifer, yeah.
There you
McPie.
McPie, because he likes pies. Fat thigh Pfeiffer.
I know something about you. You make yourself
thick
throw
thigh
up, and
Pfeiffer.
you got lipo too. God damn it, that was a good line, Pat.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, no worries.
You can sing it again.
Nope. Just keep.
I also thought thick thigh Pfeiffer was good.
Thick thigh Phifer. I didn't hear that one. That's nice.
Bobby was busy singing. I said thick thigh Pfeiffer.
Yeah, we both could have taken our turns. No worries.
I was in the groove. When I think about fat people, I get fired up. I don't like them. They terrify me.
Hey, but Bobby, but speaking like, you seem like a cool cat. So like, yeah, and you was there to work. We all there to work. Going back to
At the comedy zone, yeah.
But I guess the question is, did either one of you fuck that lady?
No. See, my homie was about to die, so like I couldn't get no pussy. Like, and it is funny. Ty, after the show, he did 30 minutes. I think he did pretty good considering he was like half alive.
He literally leaned on the stool like this the whole time. He could only like wheeze at this volume and still like commanded the room for 30 solid minutes.
Yeah. But afterward, we were selling merch. He was sitting down there about to die. And I can't say this next part because this is out here. So never mind. This is gonna be
Okay.
Because like,
what was he gonna die of?
Well, he has sarcoid.
Sarcoidosis.
It's that disease that Bernie Mac died from.
But it's something he has, and something just went wrong with it.
So like he has sarcoid, and he has like trachea something. So I'm not, and I don't know about I want to put all his business out there, but he has something. So like, but he can get sick easily, and then he was sick, and then he got pneumonia.
Oh. Okay.
And then when we talked him into going to the hospital, and he had a what's it called? A blood clot in his lung.
That's not good.
No, so that's
like he couldn't even fly. He had to drive. It was a whole nightmare.
No, they had to take a train back.
Shit.
Because he needed to be able to walk around and shit. But fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story. He was half dead, sitting there next to the merch, and that one little Mexican, whatever, I don't know what she was or whatever. He got her number. We like this motherfucker's on his deathbed, still trying to get some pussy.
Nice. No, that's good. He knew he wasn't gonna die. He was like, I'll make it through.
And you know what bummed me out was I was like, I could probably fuck her too. So I'm like, he's in the hospital, but he got her number. You know, you can't double get a number.
Oh, it was a woman.
It was a woman. Oh yeah.
Well, the way you said it was a Mexican. I don't know what it was.
Oh, I didn't say okay. Let me be clear.
No, I knew what you meant.
I was like, on his
Okay.
deathbed, he was gonna fuck a Mexitranny.
No, even on his deathbed, he wasn't fucking Mexitranny. Me neither.
I guess if you're
But
about to die and try new things, it's like, who's gonna say that?
No, it was a Mexican, but I don't know. She just looked kind of Mexican-ish.
Oh, you didn't know what kind of Mexican she was.
No, she seemed ethnic because like after I say Mexican, once it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, nah. She was like Chinese. She said what she was, but I don't fucking listen.
I do like when people say, instead of saying that, they go, oh, you're erotic, which is hilarious. Like, you don't think they're erotic, you just don't know where the fuck they're from.
Or what's that other one?
Exotic.
Exotic. Oh, is exotic? Is that what you said?
I said erotic, but I also go with exotic. Any of the otics work. I would just be like, I would just ask, hey, what kind of kitchen do you work in?
Oh.
And that way you'd find out what they are.
That you should do a whole show where you just go around asking people, what kitchen do you work in?
Yeah, I guess you haven't seen my act.
Yeah.
Do you have security at your shows?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck either. They think it's funny for me to get beat up. They don't give a shit. I've been punched a couple of times. It's fine.
Oh, really?
So what's our first story?
No,
Pat?
only one time. And he missed. He was so drunk,
missed?
only his finger hit my nose.
Did you
Then
like,
people came to break it up, and there was all these. It was in a bar, like my second year of comedy, and he goes running up, and he got mad because I think I've told it on here before, but there was a show before, there was a fundraiser before our comedy show, and it was for a guy who was dying of cancer, and I don't know why you would do that and then do a comedy show right after in a bar, and no one left the bar, and there's flyers of this dying guy with tubes in his nose all over the walls. They're like, go be funny now. So I'm trying to tell jokes and they're not focusing. And I was like, hey, can you guys, I get it. You just had I was going to say cancer benefit, but I don't know why, but I didn't say benefit. I said festival. And that pissed them off because I didn't mean to. But then once I said it, I went with it. And I was like, oh, they have an iron lung ride and you can get like the cancer kazoo ride. And I just kept making up other shit. And this guy goes, that's my uncle. And I'm like, and he had like a plaid button down shirt and he had like a little bowler hat on. And I was like, oh, I go, shut the fuck up, Smash Mouth. So with the guy from that band. And then he ran up at me and he went to punch and he missed and his finger hit my nose. And then 5 of his boys hold him back. And I felt 2 of the softest, littlest hands hold me back. And I look, it's a 5-foot lesbian woman. She's the only person that had my back. So she goes, we got this. They don't like me either. I was like, so I kind of laughed at that. Then the guy turned, he had a knife. And then I'm like, I look at the owner of the bar. I go, he has a knife. He goes, we all have knives. I'm like, where the fuck am I? And he's like,
where the fuck were you?
It was outside of Boston, Massachusetts. And it was like a little shitty, very racist town, whatever. So then when it was done, the owner goes, now go back on stage. I'm like, I gotta go back? He's like, yeah, you got 20 more minutes or I'm not paying you. So I had to go back up and do 20 more.
Well, that guy's family's 0 for 2 this week. Huh?
So like 2 years in, hey man, hey, credit to you keep going.
Well,
that means you're really crazy.
Worse.
2 years in, you're stupid enough to not know to be like, fuck no, I'm not going back up there.
He didn't pay me yet.
That's fair.
It was 3 hours from my home. I'm not getting paid. I almost got stabbed.
How'd you do?
Oh, they hated me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, I kept bringing it up. I'm not gonna go into jokes. Now I'm like fucking busting their balls more. They've already broke out the knives. I made fun of them and how they fight. I'm like, what is this, West Side Story? How do we go back to performing now? We're gonna sing and dance in between every fight. So they kind of laughed, but they were drinking all day. They were hanging out with their friends, and then the ones that weren't part of that festival, whatever, they were watching a baseball game and they left the TVs on. It was a horribly run show.
Wow. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at
No,
all.
it wasn't. The one thing I learned was from now on, whenever I deal with a bar, I make them turn the TVs off and I make sure there's nobody dying before the show starts. It's in my contract. Not like your guys' show where you brought the dying guy with you. Bobby, you ever anybody die at a show?
Mukron, no.
No, I don't think so. I did.
I've had a heart
closest I
attack
had-
and a stroke, but I've never had death.
No, I had
Telling
an
techno jokes.
MC. He called somebody the N-word and then they fist fought and the cops came. That was the closest I got to somebody
The
dying.
comedian
Like,
did?
Yeah, the guy running the show. We've talked about him before. He's like
No, but he called someone in the audience that?
Yeah. They got into like an argument on stage, and that was what he went to. And then like all the comedians were like, "Yeah, dude, he should have kicked your ass." Like,
Yeah.
what were you thinking?
Hey, that's hilarious. You said, and that's what he went to.
Right, like that was, it didn't take much to get there. That's all I'm saying. You know, he lived a little too deep in Virginia.
It's weird that some people, the power they feel when they stand on a stage, where they forget like it's also real life. Like there are some comedians and they're not like good yet, obviously, but they get so ballsy and they get so caught up in the laughter and all eyes on them that they go, I can say anything. And then they walk off and some guy wants to kick their ass. And they're like, no, it's just jokes. It's like, well, no, you weren't funny. And you literally just said horrible things to a stranger. Like if you made it funny, that's fine. But you just went up there and you just shit on me. Like I watched a guy one time, you just go, if I didn't come, what were you going to do? And the guy's like, well, he goes, you had no act. I obviously watched you have no act. And then you yelled at me because I'm fat. I know I'm fat. What were you going to do if I didn't show up? The kid had nothing. Oh, that's the worst. I've never seen like that kind of fight. I've never seen a guy call the owner an N-word.
No.
So somebody in the crowd called the owner the N-word?
No, the comic called the owner that.
No, he called somebody in the crowd the N-word.
Oh, I was confused.
Yeah, no biggie.
That's a pretty.
All right,
biggie.
what's our first story, pal? We're a half hour in. Let's hit a story.
That's a biggie, by the way. I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to ruin it with our fun racism. We were having a good time. And that was a challenge. He said, are we going to offend everyone? And I was trying to get there. I didn't get to the Guadalupeans or whatever the fuck they are yet. Hold on. Let me get to this one thing. And Bobby, you said you had a story at one point, right?
Yep.
Nice.
If we have time.
Oh, we will have time.
Ooh, that was passive aggressive.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, well, a little bit. All right, Bone. We'll get right.
All right, I'm quiet.
You're good. All right. This is the lady you guys were talking to at the show, right? And here you go. Alabama woman wins $2 million after Walmart accused her of stealing food. An Alabama woman won $2.1 million after Walmart accused her of stealing $48 worth of groceries. Leslie Nurse was reportedly threatened with a lawsuit by the superstore unless she paid back $200. Nurse filed her own suit against Walmart after she was arrested for shoplifting groceries in November 2016, despite paying for the merchandise at the time. The products, 11 in total, included Christmas lights, bread, and Captain Crunch. Nurse was about to exit the store in Semi, Alabama, where she was stopped by a manager. I remember going in that little room and I was like, this will be resolved. This was an accident. It wasn't on purpose. Despite the charges being dropped a year later, Nurse claimed she was blasted with notices from the Florida law firm Palmer, Reifer and Associates, which threatened to file a civil suit if she didn't fork over her $200 extra. The law firm was allegedly directed by Walmart to send Nurse the notices she claimed. Her suit alleged the defendants have engaged in a pattern and practice of falsely accusing innocent Alabama citizens of shoplifting and thereafter attempting to collect money from the innocently accused. She later claimed to the New York Times that Walmart did not intend to let her view the surveillance tape of the supposed shoplifting. Her court filing also stated Walmart funds its asset protection department by intimidating those falsely accused of shoplifting. Nurse also explained to WKRG that Walmart witnesses didn't show up for their 3 court appearances. Theft is a felony in Alabama, and when someone shoplifts less than $500 worth of merchandise, it can be fined up to $6,000, spent a year in jail. However, the radio station reported that during her trial, an expert testified that Walmart often used civil recovery laws in order to get the money back. But then she turned around, Nurse got a favor win because it's been happening so much and awarded $2.1 million in punitive damages for everything she had to go to. However, Walmart told the radio station in a statement that they won't believe the verdict is supported by the evidence and the damages that have been motion in the law, and they'll be filing post-trial motions. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Isn't this fat bitch for buying Captain Crunch and Christmas lights and trying to steal them by mistake? Listen, Bobby works retail. I work retail now too. And everybody can say what they want. No one forgets shits in their car. I see the motherfuckers putting shit in their pockets. I see them do, oh, did I do that? You know you bought Captain Crunch, bitch. You're an adult woman. You bought Captain Crunch and put it in your car. You know you fucked up. Isn't them? Isn't the cops for making such a big deal about it? Listen, if you go to California right now, you can break into someone's home and steal things. If it's less than $1,000, the cops will not arrest you. But here in Alabama, if you steal Captain Crunch, you can get $600 fine and go to jail. Is it Walmart for asking for the extra $200? Why get lawyers involved? You know how much money Walmart fucking has? That's ridiculous that they're going to turn there and say, spend all that money on lawyers to get $200. That's not even an hour for one of those lawyers. It's ridiculous what they're trying to set a tone. But you're not going to stop people from robbing Walmart. White trash go to Walmart. White trash like to rob. Or is it this bitch for asking for $2.1 million in punitive damages? Listen, she won't know she's going to die in 2 weeks. If she was already fat and poor and she's buying Captain Crunch, she's going to buy heroin and everything else with $2.1 million. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Bobby, go first.
Oh, it's Walmart. Like, we know why customers are stealing because we have to know so perfectly to prosecute to a T. You can't just be falsely accusing people. You can't say you have to be here. You can't hold somebody illegally. Like, that's all.
They wouldn't show her the surveillance tape.
That was going to say the big thing. If you've got
They
somebody
wouldn't show a black
showing,
person. Oh, I'm listening.
No.
yeah, oh no, yeah, and like the black person be in jail right now. We wouldn't.
First of all, this wouldn't be a story in the New York Post.
Yeah. Be like, there's a
Shot
missing
in the
black
parking
guy.
lot. All right, go ahead.
No, it would have
there's a
been
missing
black guy
guy.
shot at Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. But it's that you got to do your job. And like, did she go through the self-checkout line? Because if she didn't, that's on your employee. That's not on her. You know what I mean? Like, if she bought $200 worth of shit, it's got a bunch of things in the cart, and the employee missed 3 things. That's on your employee. That's not on her. She
They
didn't
don't cover that, but they said she walked out, then they realized it. So therefore, I would think that she didn't go by any other employees.
But who, so there's a lot of details here. But
Yeah, and there's
Walmart,
also the
let it go.
greeter guy. You know, the retard who goes, hello, and what's it? Like, how come he didn't see it when she was leaving?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
He get
a lot
paid
of
like
things going on
$9.75. He's not security.
No, but he can look down. For $9.75, he's still getting something. 75. I get it. It's no money, but you're still getting something, and no one else is hiring you. Look down.
But like, have you guys been into a Best Buy recently?
No,
I have.
years.
You have. How was your
Yeah.
interaction with the security when you walked in?
I think it was just like, hey, what's up? Or something.
Yeah. So like, you go in. At least from my experiences, you go in. They're like, hey, what's up? What are you looking for? And you tell them what you're shopping for, and then they watch and make sure you're shopping in that area. And as you're leaving, they're like, oh, hey, any luck with that? And you know what I mean? Like, they pay attention. They're more friendly. It's not like, ooh, we're trying to catch you. It's just like, hey, we're here. We're watching. Don't do anything stupid. I think that deters way more people than the old, like, we got you on camera and chased you down in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Like, be out there, be active. And like, we spend at Dick's, like, countless hours of training, of man hours, putting sensor tags on things, that if we just took all that time and we're out on the floor addressing every customer that came in the store, you'd have no theft.
Yep.
Yes and no. Yes, at your store, you're correct. At where I work, at a monster like Walmart, it's impossible. And unfortunately, Walmart is almost like I once lived in a town. I was a house comic at a casino for a year. And when I was there was 2 things in that town. There was the casino and there was a Walmart. And everyone in that town worked at one of them. So therefore, everyone knew everyone. So your thieves also were related to your employees. You know what I mean? So the problem is with big Walmarts like that in this small town in Alabama, she probably knows everyone. So they're not going to go over there and give them that customers. Like at my store, they say, overly customer service them. Like, so if I see Bobby walking around, I think he's putting shit in his pocket, I go over several times. Sure, I can't help you find anything. Oh, you sure you don't need any more help finding this? Or you need cart? You need that? Like, I literally go, hey, if you need help, I can get you a cart so you don't have to put that thing in your pocket like you just did. Like, I say it out loud. And then they're like, oh, I didn't notice that. Like, I'm not saying they're stealing. I'm just like, oh, if you need to hold it, it would probably be more comfortable. It was in a cart. So, and that's how you sell it out. But if everyone knows everyone, like a lot of these places are, especially with Walmart, because there's so many goddamn employees, that it's going to be weird to ask them to police their friends. They're not gonna.
Well, that's why I shop at Target. They don't care what you steal. They'll massage your back and help you take it out the store.
Target is eerie. You wanna know why? I don't know. Whenever I tell people this, no one realizes it till I say it. Target's the only retail store that doesn't play music. There is no fucking music in Target. It's silent.
I learned something new today.
You need next time you go, it's fucking weird. Like, you need a soundtrack when you shop. You need something, even if it's bad music. When it's silent like that, they do that because that gets you in and out. You don't want to stay.
Oh.
You get in, you focus, you get your stuff, you go to the place you have to go, and you get the fuck out.
That's fair. That's fair. And so Bobby, you said you blame Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who do you blame?
I'm somewhere weird in the middle because just the details on her and the work that she put into and to like sue and all that, she seems like a Karen.
Yeah. She without a doubt is Karen.
But a Karen, she got done wrong. She did get done wrong, but I don't want a Karen to win. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't like Walmart either. So I'm like, both of them are pieces of shit. You know what I mean? And the game didn't work for Walmart that time, and it worked for her. You know what I mean?
And it's going to create a Karen monster. Now she's going to go around to other people like of all races and go, I'm like you. I was also treated poorly by the police.
She can fund more Karens.
Yeah.
Start an organization or something.
I think they have one. It's called the Klan.
But that's got old money in it.
Now they got that new 2.1 million. They need that new money sometime. She's gonna burn through that shit so fucking quick.
She is.
She's not gonna know what to do with that.
Nah, she's gonna be fucking a black dude in a second.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But she's a fat white woman in Alabama. She's already doing that.
That's true. My bad.
But he wasn't Roll Tide. Now he's gonna be Roll Tide. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference now. He's gonna be on the team, not a guy who goes and watches the games. If she lives in Alabama, she's probably just gonna donate it to the college. That's all she's gonna do. But yeah, the piece of shit in this story. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I worked at Walmart for the summer of like 2009. No, that's recently. 2010. I worked overnight for like 87 days because I got fired right before my 90 days because I was an asshole.
Yeah.
But like they used to encourage people to like if you work there while you're stocking, they basically told you, hey, keep that other fucking eye out. So like if somebody steals something for $2, they would pay lawyers thousands of dollars to ruin you.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't shock me. And as a corporation, I actually get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, I like that a white woman's getting harassed, not a black man. So I don't even know. Hey, both of them is piece of shit to me.
which I think you brought up a great point, and I didn't think about that. The one thing we didn't talk about is any other interactions before. And if she is a Karen, she's probably the woman that, listen, Bobby probably has that story. When you worked at Walmart, you knew it too. You doesn't get regulars all the time, but there's certain people when they come in, you go, fuck that person. And I bet you she is that person.
I bet you she was that person.
Her name is Leslie, but she spells it, just so you guys know, Lesleigh, which is like the most complicated Leslie I've ever seen in my goddamn life. And that comes with, I'm different than other Leslies. I'm better. I have two names, like a Leslie and a Lee. I'm so much better. She's probably so annoying that when they finally saw her make a mistake, they're like, fuck that bitch. Not if she was a nice lady that went around and was, oh shit. If it was a nice little old lady, they would have gone, oh, you must have forgotten this. Oh, no big deal. We'll take care of it later. She had to set a tone of being an asshole shopper for the employee. I know what you're saying. Walmart in the corporate part, once it got to them, yeah, let's fucking destroy that person. Fuck them up. But at that local level, that I don't give a fuck level we were talking about, that $9.75 an hour motherfucker, for him to give a shit and tell, she had to be an asshole.
That's
because
true.
they don't give a
And
fuck either.
From working at Walmart, I remember a guy, he caught this like a family stealing something, and they treated him like a fucking hero.
Yeah.
And like only the real people in the back was like, man, you couldn't let them fucking take them goddamn cans of bullshit or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen,
So-
I'm not dying for nothing. So if someone's, and my battalion says that, like, listen, if they're gonna steal it, get the description, see if you can get the license plate when they take off.
There
Don't
it
try
is.
to stop shit.
I ain't. Yep.
I don't get paid extra for that.
Because if I was stealing something and then somebody tried to stop me, I'm gonna hit you.
Right. Well,
We
I'd
even
have
had
to-
a guy
it depends
on
what
here.
you have. If you have like a big TV in your hands, then I can fuck you up because your hands are full. But if
That's
you
true.
got
We
something
had a-
small, you could hit me with that small thing.
We had a guy on here. He hip checked a woman stealing stuff, stopped her. The cops came and arrested her, and he got written up because the company was like, "Yeah, we don't."
You
do
told that story different, Bobby.
What?
You told that story a little different.
Did titties pop out or anything?
No, because you didn't tell the part where he's a short little weird white guy and she was a fat black woman.
Yeah,
That
I mean, he
changed-
bought her
That makes
out.
it racist a little bit.
Well, he's old. He's old. It wasn't racist. It was. I mean, actually, it probably was racist.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
old.
'cause, yeah, he's like, I
You
can't call
probably
you
flash
nigga no
back to
more.
that period.
I-
Yeah.
I can't call you nigga no more, so I'm gonna knock you down. You ain't stealing this shit.
He tackled a woman. Like, I don't care if she weighs more. That's crazy. That's fucking
He
crazy.
got written up. He should have got 5.
The inverse of that story is, you remember the woman who beat the guy up at Best Buy, and then Dana White hired her as his personal security guard.
Yes.
So it could have gone either way.
Well, that was like last week. We talked about that little girl, 9-year-old girl who beat up the mugger, which is my favorite thing ever. A woman got mugged, and the 9-year-old girl punched the mugger in the face and chased him. He's like,
Oh,
what do you
really?
do? Well, you're a mugger. You're not gonna beat up a kid.
I'll fuck a kid up if you trying to stop my mugging. Hey, bitch, I'm mugging over here. I
He
don't
was
give a fuck
punching
if
him
it's
right
your
in the
mama.
face. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's like, my daughter's 10, so I know the size of them. I can.
Yeah, just drop it real quick.
Yeah, but the difference is that your kid trusts you, so this kid wouldn't. So you could just do a flinch to a kid that doesn't know you.
That's true.
Like, if your kid loves you, they're not gonna flinch because they're like, there's no way dad's gonna. Oh,
That's
way
true.
different. Yeah. My kid, I've never once. It's just not my style. I've never hit my kids a day in my life. I just never have. And I've joked one day where I kind of like went like this, like just jokingly, and it was like I felt good knowing that they both just stood there like this, like he ain't doing nothing. and I was playing around, but I'm like, that's crazy. You didn't move. They're like, oh, that's the safest place we can be near you. You're not gonna do nothing. It's like,
That's
So I've
hilarious.
seen your son. He'll drop you.
oh, yeah. Now he's a junior. He's wrestling in high school. He's a 6'2" and 220, whatever. It's like,
Oh shit.
but that only happened 2 years ago. He was way shorter than me, like a year and a half
Okay,
ago.
I've only met the giant version.
Yeah, but you have to also remember that, yeah, I would never hit them, but I could mentally destroy them. I know everything about them, so I can make them
That's
weak
true.
on the inside.
That is
That's
true.
pretty hilarious. You bedwetter.
Yeah. Remember third grade, bitch?
The worst part is you just start going into tearing yourself down. You're like, your dad's a comedian who has to work at
Oh,
Big Lots now. And they're like, oh, Dad, what are you doing? This isn't even, you're 8 Miling us. This
You
is a
guys can just-
callback and
you
we
can
aren't
just
even
bring
part of
up
your
dad's
podcast.
2020 if you want. Like, never mind. Bobby, you got a story?
Yeah, before we tell my story of me losing my cool a little bit today, it is the holiday season, and we did tell the story of how getting coal for Christmas came from somebody going ass to mouth and getting caught on Christmas Eve.
I'm not
I
sure
wanted
if
to
that's
continue.
true.
I wanted to continue our tradition of where Christmas stories came from. And are you guys familiar with Krampus?
I've heard of
No.
it.
Yeah, I've
No.
heard it, but I don't know what it is.
I know it's like a
Basically-
weird little dude, like a black
So
like
Krampus is,
charcoal looking dude, right?
yeah, he's like a devil. He's the inverse to Santa. He tortures the bad kids. So like if you're good, Santa gives you presents, and in the German tradition, if you're bad, Krampus comes and drags you to hell and tortures you or something. I don't.
Does bad
know
mean
all-
Jewish?
No, but close. So where this actually came from is in the 1400s, the Germans had finished contributing their soldiers to the Crusades for the Holy Land, and a group of Muslims, refugees, if you will, moved back into the Germanic tribes area with them. And there was a probably unrelated. I'm not saying that there's any relation between the two. That was just kind of a historical fact. But there was a string of break-ins and molestations happening.
Nice.
And parents were grasping with a way to explain to their kids what was happening. And Christmas was coming up, and they were like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. If you're good, Santa breaks in and gives you presents. And if you're bad, Santa breaks in and tortures you. So just be good, and you won't end up like your friends who got molested. And that's actually the original story of how Krampus and Santa Claus like came to be opposition forces.
Wow.
What if you like wanted to get molested?
That's I don't think they allowed for that in Germany. It was like a couple of centuries before they started enacting things to get rid of those type of people, but the mindset was always there, if you know what I'm saying.
But Germans like it when you poop on them.
Poop, yes, but not other things.
Okay.
And that's a
Is that Two
voluntary
Girls,
thing.
One Cup? Is that where that came from?
No, I think that's from Alabama too.
Okay, that's fair. Krampus, that's
All
a
right, Pat.
dark ass story.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucked up. Don't tell your kids. Pat, can you show the screenshot I sent you? Do you have that capability?
No.
No.
I didn't. I just didn't set it up on my thing. I can go if you give me a minute. I guess I can look for it, but I didn't. It's on my
I can do
phone.
it real quick too. Can I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, give me a second.
Well, while you do that, I'm
Bobby-
giving us some Krampus.
Hey, Bobby, you're making me want to like see some titties now. Like I've been looking at titties for the last 40 minutes. Now I need them in my face.
Well, Covell, that means you got to meet Smokey. Smokey's tits. Covell, Smokey's tits.
Hey, Smokey. Hey, big fan.
Smokey is
If
the
you want to
best.
be a true fan, she should like at least send it to y'all. You won't put it on the podcast, but like she should show the real things. Like,
Well,
come
she's
on.
been on the show too herself. She's a great lady, a good mom. She's just fun. That's it, though. I don't think she would send nudes. I don't think she's that kind of person.
But see, that's where you got we can't overthink it. Like you can talk her into anything. If she jiggles them, talk her into like you already went like 70%. You just got 30 more percent to go.
Oh, so you don't understand reverse psychology?
Okay, all right. I'm with you. I get very little.
There's no way she'd do that.
Hey, what is that scary thing on my
That's
screen right
Krampus.
now? That's Krampus.
Yep.
Well, shit. I hope I don't have a fucking nightmare tonight looking at that crazy.
That looks like the
motherfucker.
Mexican lady you guys were hitting on at the show.
Probably.
Mexican lady was actually pretty sexy. It was the other one that was a booger wolf.
All right, here's Bobby's thing.
All right. So I had a little time to kill before the podcast today. I ordered my comfort food, which is peanut butter stuffed pretzels from 7-Eleven. Didn't have time to run out and get anything. Plus, it's cold as fuck. So went to 7-Eleven on DoorDash. They showed up and they gave me this fucking pretzel sticks.
Nice.
Now, I don't know what kind of fans you guys are of peanut butter stuffed pretzels, but they are my go-to depression food. You know what I mean? I need a little quick pick me up, get you through it. They're a substance. You can make it a meal if you had to. Pretzel sticks. What am I, a fucking woman on a diet? I got a Weight Watchers meeting I got to sign into after this. Fuck that.
That's what you feed an animal at a petting zoo.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I have AIDS and I've been throwing up all night and I can only settle my
Or
stomach
you put
with
chocolate
something?
around it.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. So I just wrote this little note to DoorDash. I said, I was given pretzel sticks. I'm depressed. The one thing that makes me happy is peanut butter stuffed pretzels. It's not healthy, but it's the best Band-Aid I have. The only reason I, or anyone, frankly, orders from 7-Eleven is those pretzels. Pretzel sticks are not only a far inferior replacement, but an insult. Anyone who thinks that's a fair replacement must only receive nourishment through a feeding tube, and I hope they pull the plug.
Did they respond?
Yeah, they refunded me my $4.25 for the stuffed peanut butter pretzel.
There you go. They got you.
So,
Hey, you know what? You could probably fucked up somebody's day.
Well, let me ask
and
you this.
somebody's DoorDash rating.
Hopefully they learn their fucking lesson. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it me for just wanting the thing I ordered and they listed as having online? Is it them for just supplementing it without giving me a phone call? Or is it the moron who thought a good substitute for a peanut butter stuffed pretzel was pretzel sticks? If it was like combos or something, this would be a different conversation. I'd be a less angry individual. But that's not even a close supplement. You know what I mean? That's like if you rented a Cadillac and they were like, oh, my bad. All we have are Saturn Ions. They're like, no. At least give me a Beamer, Benz, Bentley, something. Pat,
All right.
we'll kick it to you first. Who's the piece of shit?
Well, I have to ask a question.
Fire away.
Were you high when you ordered?
No.
Okay. That means a lot because you could have fucked up and ordered pretzel sticks by mistake.
No, and I checked. That's not what happened. However, I then got high with the anticipation of devouring some peanut butter stuffed pretzels.
That's tough too. Your mood. You were at a sensitive mood once this happened. I understand.
Yeah, they really.
You were like a guy with a hard on ordering a hooker, and all your uncle just showed up, and you're like,
I was like Lincoln in a theater.
But it's the piece of shit isn't you. Okay, you ordered something, you didn't get your product. The piece of shit is not DoorDash because they are just the fucking pack mule. They're just bringing it to you. It's whoever decided, like you said, to make a substitute. At my job, we don't have DoorDash. We're a retail store, but we have a thing called buy online, pick up in store. So, and what happens a lot is like, right, our store is closed right now at 3 a.m. We have a bunch of candy and snacks at our place. People will get real high and go online at 3 a.m. and order about giant bags of candy and chips and shit like that. And we don't even open until 8 a.m., but they can show up at 8 a.m. And when we get there earlier, we have to pick the stuff for them. And then when they get to the curb, we bring it out. Now, they'll order shit sometime, and usually it will tell you for truth what we have in inventory. But once in a while, there could be a mistake in inventory. So they think we'd have a bag of pretzel with peanut butter, but we don't. Now, if we don't have it, we have to cancel that part of the order, and we are not allowed to substitute, and you pay less. And then you can choose later if you're going to pay or not. And also, you don't pay until you show up and you give us the credit card at the end. So the problem is you shouldn't do that because unless it's even the same price, you should never fuck with someone's order because they did order one thing and you're making a choice and a decision. So it's whoever fucking picked it and decided, yeah, pretzel sticks, unless, Bobby, they know you. And if they know you and they were like, yeah, he's looking a little chubby lately, maybe we cut that peanut butter out.
Hey, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? And B, fuck those guys.
I know. I'm not saying I would give you all the peanut butter.
Certainly sounded like you saying
pretzel sticks in a jar of peanut butter and said, do your own.
I get a little passive aggressive about reading the stories, and Pat starts throwing the fat insults out.
I don't even see your body. You look like a well-built, chubby lady. You're fine.
Oh,
it's
boy.
Good.
Oh, I run 5 miles a day. Sorry, Pat. I can't.
Well, that's because you drive.
Covell, who's the piece of shit, my man?
All right. I'm gonna take a different angle, just like I did on the last story. I'm gonna go almost right in the middle again.
Hollywood Covell. He's not upsetting anybody.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I'm not, huh? Well, see, okay. So like, since you had smoked and you were ready for your peanut butter filled pretzel sticks, like the fact that they brought you regular pretzels, like you like that, the message may have been a bit heavy-handed because you were a bit high. You know what
Makes
I'm saying?
Sense. Yeah.
But think about it. If I was DoorDashing or whatever the fuck it's called, what'd you do? DoorDash?
DoorDash, yeah.
Okay. If I was DoorDash and it said peanut butter pretzels, and then I get there and they're like, all we got is pretzels, I'm like, this nigga getting pretzels. That's what I would do. That's how
fair,
I
yeah.
would. That's how I would handle it. I'm like, I'm not gonna bring him Lay's. I'm not gonna bring him a jar of peanut butter. I'm gonna bring him some pretzels. So like.
Wait, hold on. Did you order other things?
Yeah.
All right, so this wasn't the only thing.
But it's the only reason I went there.
What's
I
the
wouldn't
other
have
thing?
ordered the other things if I had.
What else did you get? Yeah, I want to know what else you got.
A couple of monsters.
A couple of monsters. Well, Matt, yeah, pretzels. Like, hey, I think the guy did his job. I'm leaning toward you being the POS here, man. I'm leaning toward you, man. Look, hey, look, this dude is fucking making fucking $2.50 on your order. So he's like,
well,
say it again.
Less now, as I demanded the tip back.
Oh
Wow.
no!
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You
kidding.
did it. You
I swear to God, I didn't
tip
do
back.
that. No.
He
I
had
swear
to
God, I didn't do
drive.
that. I wouldn't do that to somebody. I used to be a delivery driver in college. It's never the delivery guy's fault. It's some
All right,
dude at
so you see
7-Eleven who
why
was
I'm blaming
packing
you.
shit.
You see
That's
why
fair.
I'm on DoorDash guy side.
Well,
You
I'll
got
tell you why I'm the
Monster
piece of
energy
shit.
drinks and pretzels?
Yeah, and like a Snickers maybe.
That's a white trash Happy Meal.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
what.
What kind of Monster?
The green one you saw me drink.
Oh, I've never. I don't drink energy drinks. I drink water and black coffee. I'm the most boring guy in the world. But I don't know if I can handle that. By ordering several Monsters and pretzels, I'm like, oh, this guy's getting ready to rape.
Hey, I guess it does a subtle rate because it's pretzels, not like
Yeah,
it's chips.
he wants to
Well,
make
I
sure his
guess
mouth
they
is all
beat me to the
dry and
punch
good.
then. I guess they beat me to the punch because they raped me out of a good time by giving me
Hey-o.
fucking pretzel sticks instead of peanut butter covered pretzels.
But okay, and breaking it down, you know what? I used to be an independent distributor for Snyder Lance, and peanut butter pretzels are right next to pretzels. So if you go to that area and there's no peanut butter pretzels, once again, I'm gonna get this nigga some pretzels because he wanted pretzels. They just ain't got it with peanut butter.
Yeah,
Like, if
and
you
the
said I
guy
wanted-
works at 7-Eleven, so he's probably dyslexic or can't read.
Or Indian as fuck.
Yes, one of those three. They call it Indian AF.
Indian AF.
Patel as fuck. That's what he is.
No. Indian AF is me brother's store across the street. They sell
Oh no,
luggage,
Bobby's
souvenirs.
depressed. Oh no, I'm a sad Bobby. They're reading your thing. Oh, little Bobby gets sad and eats pretzels like a little fat white bitch. Oh, why do you try to work for a living, Bobby, instead of holding your pretzel sticks?
Oh, and Bobby, I want to give one more thing to you. Not to make you feel bad or anything, but maybe. So like imagine if this guy was struggling, he has a car and he's able to do DoorDash, but like he was about to go pick up an order and his car broke down, so they got him on a final. They said if anything else happens, you're done with DoorDash. And he fucking brings you pretzels, not peanut butter pretzels, and now he's unemployed.
He lost his
Now his
job
baby
I
mama's
at
cheating on him.
DoorDash.
I don't know if you're a religious person, but maybe that's just the Lord's way of saying it's time for you to find a new career then. Because you don't bring somebody pretzel sticks when they order peanut butter pretzels.
Oh, imagine that then he gets home and his wife's like, you lost the DoorDash job? Like literally, that was you, even you couldn't fuck that up. And he's like, I don't know what happened. And she looks at the order and goes, that's fucking Bobby Tamburo. You know he likes pretzels with peanut butter. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna go have sex with him now. And then Bobby makes out.
And then the sitcom music comes on.
Yep. And Kramer pops in. He's like, oh. Bobby, so wait, all you ordered was Monster and pretzel sticks?
And like a couple candy bars, maybe.
You know what you couldn't order because it's not in stores? Silk City hot sauce. You couldn't order it from there, but if you could, you wouldn't have needed it. You wouldn't need peanut butter. You just pour some beautiful Silk City hot sauce on your pretzels and you'd be good to go. What would be the best sauce for pretzels?
Probably Slurp.
Yeah, because it has like
Slurp?
Yeah, Silk
Yeah.
City hot sauce. If you don't know who they are, man, they're the best. It's awesome. They have like tons of hot sauces and they support comedy like crazy. And they actually name a lot of their sauces after other comedians in their podcasts and stuff like that. Slurp isn't one of
really?
those. Slurp is named after some fat whore or something. I don't know what that is. But Slurp, it's hot as fuck, but it also has a lot of citrus and flavors to it too. But they've got tons of kinds. They got Badass Jew, which is named after Aaron Berg. They've got the new Nightmare one from Chrissy Mayer. They've all some great sauces. There's rumors there's one coming out real soon that's going to be named after us, but who knows? There's a lot of great fucking sauces there. But you go to their website that's locally grown in Vermont. Jeff's been on the show. He's awesome. You go there, and I don't know if you know this, Covell, but there's one type of person who's not allowed to buy their sauce. Pedophiles. They don't allow it. They can't.
No
You touch a kid, you can't
pedophiles.
touch their sauce.
I was hoping you didn't say black people. I'm like, man, why?
No.
Oh,
love that.
no.
But
They
they
love black
have hot sauces. Why would they not want black people? That's the dumbest business idea of all goddamn time. No,
It's like
pedophile.
selling-
If you put your finger in a kid's butthole, you put your hands on their sauce. They don't say that's their law, but Bobby and I push that one for them all the time, and they've never argued it. You go to their website, you use the promo code POS, and you save 15% off. It's a cool Christmas idea because if you don't know what to buy somebody, the artwork's cool in the bottle. You send them something weird and different. You work with some asshole you don't like, and they're like, "What are you gonna get me?" And you get them that, and they're like, they can't say no, and they don't eat it. Who gives a fuck? It didn't cost you anything. Just use the promo code.
I'm about to say, okay, I just heard promo. I'm about to say, are they sponsored? Because that's a goddamn good commercial, man.
That's what we do. Right in the middle of things, we do that every
I'm about
time.
to say, damn.
Yep, that's what we do. Oh, I wouldn't do that for just for no reason. Of course,
Okay,
I
I'm
do.
about to say,
Promo
damn, he
code.
loves his hot sauce.
POS.
Oh, and okay. So as we've talked about this more, I'm going more and more of that guy's side. Because look, once again, let me put this in perspective. Say I'm a door dasher,
Right.
and this guy orders 2 monsters, some peanut butter and peanut butter pretzels, and some candy. I'm like, this guy is drinking 2 monsters. He needs some carbs. There's no peanut butter pretzels. I'm going to get this nigga some pretzels so that energy drink is not just sitting in his stomach. Because, like, it would hurt my stomach. So I think he was trying to do you a solid.
He was probably like, this teenage boy, that's who it has to be with this order. This teenage boy must really need some pretzels. And then he gets there and it's you. And he's like,
no, it's not teenage. Like 2 monsters,
that's
peanut
not
butter,
adult food.
That's
what restaurant do you go to where you
45.
get monsters and pretzel sticks? What restaurant?
No, that's true. But like, it's not a teenager. Teenager's not eating peanut butter and
a high one is.
Maybe a high one. But I think that's over 20. That's between 25 and 45. How old are you, Bobby?
29.
45. If you're 45 and you're getting pretzel sticks and monsters sent to you, you should just kill yourself.
Hey,
they should bring you
to all the 45-year-olds getting that shit sent to them.
Yeah, you know what? Don't bring them pretzel sticks. Bring them a rope to put around their dumb necks because it's time to end it right there.
Oh, I wish I had like a sound effect, something, or something like that.
Yeah, use the promo code POS. It's push on stool because you push the stool out and you just drop right there and you're done.
Oh boy, wow, that was.
And by the way, I can do that because I'm 47. I beat the age, baby, by 2 years. I'm good.
But yeah, Bobby, I'm completely on the DoorDash guy, and I hope the guy is still employed before Christmas because of your ass.
You're saying Bobby's the piece of shit.
Oh yeah, Bobby's a piece of shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
And I only try to stay in the middle because I'm cool with you, Bobby. But nah, I'm on the DoorDash.
You're right. It's fair.
That's why Bobby adds the story up. Whenever him and I tell a personal story, we're hoping someone calls us the piece of shit. That's why we're sharing it. Bobby, do you want to play one game before we go?
Deep down, you kind of knew you was kind of the piece of shit there.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So I did have one thing, and Covell, maybe you're the perfect person to have here. But have you had the call off influx yet, Pat?
Call off influx?
Yeah, so we got through Black Friday. The day after Saturday, it was pretty bad, and then Sunday, like 9 people called off.
Oh, calling out. Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
Okay, today we had one manager come in for a half hour, a guy in charge of furniture. He goes, I'm sick, and then he just left. And then another manager 2 hours in said, I'm going to go make a doctor's appointment right now, and then left for 3 hours. And I was stuck as the only person running the store because 2 other people just like, oh, I'm sick, but they were just beat up from the weekend. Yeah, I get it.
I've got a solution for you. And I'm guessing a lot of our fans might find themselves in a position like this.
Hold on. And before you say it, I used to be general manager of Pizza Hut. So I understand what y'all going through. So go ahead.
So just here's my solution, Pat. What you should
wait, real quick, we do that. Did your Pizza Hut have a buffet?
No.
I went to one time and it was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. It was just a Pizza Hut with a buffet, and the saddest old white people would go, and they just put out 3 pizzas and some breadsticks, and then you could just keep eating it, and they would just sit there and keep grabbing one piece at a time. I went high as fuck one time. I'm not gonna lie. I went high as fuck. And I grabbed the whole pan. I was like, I'm in.
That's some small town shit.
Yeah. That was right near the casino too. That was some real small town shit.
The best is when you've been there long enough that they start asking you what kind you want. Like, hey, do you care what we make? And you're like, please.
I'd like 1 vegetable, please.
But we all may find ourselves in this. And like, let's be honest, the person who went and made the appointment really letting the team down. Wouldn't you agree? Putting you in a terrible position.
Yeah.
Here's how you get that coworker back. At every retail job now, you have to wear a name tag. Go get his name tag and just start calling your coworkers and customers the N-word. Watch how quickly that guy stops calling off of work.
Oh, explain that again.
He's saying you wear that guy's name tag and you call everyone the N-word, so therefore they complain about that guy's name and not you, so that guy won't call out anymore because you're dressing up like him. The problem with that story is everyone at work knows you're not him, and they know you're running around calling people the N-word.
Well, here's the beauty of it. Enough people have called off that they're also wearing other people's name tags. So the whole store's just running around calling everybody the N-word. It kills two birds with one stone. Nobody's going to shop at your store. They're probably going to riot to the point where you don't have to work anymore. And none of your coworkers are going to call off ever again.
I don't know if I'd go as far as the N-word with it. But what I would do is I'd make everybody wear that one guy's name tag, and then everybody do poor service. So everyone's, when they call up, no matter what happened, no matter who did it, they're like, yeah, it was Jeff. Yeah, Jeff did this. Because everyone's wearing Jeff's name tag. And then everybody's fucking with Jeff. So I get that. To go as far as a racial hate crime, that might get you in the news a little bit.
Yeah, that was an escalation like like that email you sent. Hey, I'm sensing a pattern with you, Bobby.
Just swing for the fences.
Yeah,
What if,
Bobby goes from 0 to fuck you real quick.
What if
So it's
instead,
like-
all right, you don't say the N-word, you just start trying to convince kids to come to the bathroom with you.
Well, that's not that too many steps down, motherfucker.
Wait, which one's worse?
Well, exactly. They're probably
Inviting a
naked
child
up
to
there.
get molested or calling someone
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
worst
nobody
word
said-
ever?
Nobody said anything about molesting. You're just inviting them to use the restroom with you.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
No, I guess restrooms are Kelly, but
Restroom is
first of all, don't ever invite a child to go to the bathroom with you.
yeah, it even feels weird saying it.
Well, it's not me. It's Jeff who decided not
Okay,
to come
no,
to
no,
work. today.
Bobby. Since no one does this to you, Bobby's the one always. I don't know if you know. He'll play. He makes everybody play games. And he gives them scenarios, and he makes them like role play sometimes. Bobby, we're doing this to you. You have to invite a child to the bathroom. What do you say?
Like, is the goal like what? Why am I trying?
You're just getting in the goal you're doing right now, where you're trying to trick the kid. You just want to get the person in trouble. You're not going to go in there and do shit, but you're trying to make it seem weird enough so that kid can say, "Mommy, Jeff invited me to the bathroom."
Oh, in that instance, I'd go, "Hi, my name's Michael Gallagher. That's Mike Gallagher.
Isn't this that real
Let's-
guy at your work?
Let's go to the bathroom together. This isn't much of a stretch because of the way I look. A lot of people would just assume I'm often inviting kids into the bathroom."
It'd be bad PR. That's for sure.
Bobby, I don't know if you heard me. I didn't say, what if you were really trying to fuck a kid? I said, you went there. And you said your real employees. Are you going to play the one game with him and then we're going to go?
Yeah, sure. Covell, have you ever seen the movie Gattaca?
Gattaca, nope.
Good.
All right,
No
it's
one
a movie
has.
basically.
No one has.
we get
He
to-
asks this every week. No one's seen
It's
that
a great
fucking
movie. I'm trying to get more people to see it, frankly.
bullshit.
But basically, it's a movie where genetic engineering gets to the point where you can like program your whole baby. And some dude's born naturally, and he drowns against his brother in a swimming race, and then gets to be an astronaut because he pees with his left hand or something. It's a weird movie, kind of inspirational, but it begs the question. We get to the point.
Wait, hold on, Bobby. That's how you can invite a kid to the bathroom. What hand do you pee with? Oh, the left hand? Well, I can bring you to a space program, but you have to show me.
That'll get him in there. And candy.
And
Candy
Bobby
always
gets
works.
mad whenever I give pedophiles ideas.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, if I had to do something, I'd probably put on like something they could trust, like a costume, maybe a pink ski mask, something they would trust,
That makes
and then
sense.
just be like,
Get dressed up as a crosswalk.
"Hey, you ever have Silk City hot sauce? It'll blow your butthole out."
See, Bobby got real mad at me one time because I wasn't wrong for saying this, but I'm like, if you're going to be a pedophile, why not just go to an orphanage and get one that's already nobody wants? They're
Yeah,
already
that's why I
broken
got
in.
angry. So anyway, Covell, You get to the point in genetic engineering, right? You can control every aspect.
When
of
you
your
go
child.
to the pound, they want you to save a dog. So you just go to an orphanage.
Jesus Christ! Why every fucking
I'm
episode?
just saying, why go through all the legwork?
Bad thing is, it's kind of fair. God damn it. Kind of fair. But whew, yeah, that's.
Those kids just want to get visited.
Hey, I'm gonna back up on that one. I'm gonna let.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But Jesus, I wish that joke could be used.
Oh, I'm gonna use it on stage. Don't worry.
Or it could be like something where your podcast partner's like, let's never ever fucking bring that up again. And then every podcast you try to drive the point home. Well, that could be what you do with it. It could just literally be what drives the end of the podcast. But that's cool too.
I don't know if you know about structure and jokes in comedy, but what I would do there is you don't put it on yourself on stage, because therefore then you want the people to like you on stage. So I would say, oh, my friend Bobby, this is what he thinks.
Oh man, yeah. Well, no corporate sponsors. We just, y'all go ahead.
Exactly.
We're sponsored by an orphanage. Business is down.
Orphanage.
Business is down. Bobby, go ahead. Sorry.
So it gets to the point in human genetics where you can control every aspect of your kid, right? The question comes down, you're having a son. How big of a dick are you going to give him? Because if you give him like a real small dick, he's probably going to work real hard in life, be really successful, have all that drive and ambition. You give him too big of a dick, he's just going to have everything handed to him, too confident, too arrogant. You end up with a Pete Davidson.
Well, to not give you a no homo, try to be as no homo as possible. I think I got the perfect size dick, and I'm not gonna say, well, I got the perfect size dick. Like it ain't putting bitches in the hospital, but it's letting bitches know I'm there. You know what I mean? And I get good reviews. So yeah, I'll like.
Got 4.5 stars on Yelp.
Oh no, yeah. I come very well acclaimed, yeah.
On my Dong Dash review, I give fucking 5 stars.
But no, like I get him like an average 7.5. You know what I mean? Make sure he's bulky.
Too many white people just got mad. Average 7.5. Fuck this guy. Bobby, you know how many people just used your prank at your store by calling him the N-word for him saying that average 7.5?
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Based on our YouTube numbers, about 33.
Okay, so let me do the U.S. national average 5.5. 5, is that about right?
I guess you don't think Asian people live here, but that's all right.
All right, 4.7. I don't even know where it's going.
There you go. No, but I know what you're saying. You'd give him one that where he'd have to like work on his personality and things like that still. But I'm always against thinking about my kid's dick. I have a son. I don't want to make my son's dick. My dad doesn't know about my dick. I don't want to know about my kid's dick. Ever.
Hey, if those orphans have to hear that orphan joke, then you're gonna hear the dick joke.
You think orphans got podcasts?
I'm sure they got a lot of time in their hand. I'm sure they're fucking watching them.
Hang on a second. I hate this joke, but if your scenario literally happened and that person lived to 18 without taking their own life, they'd be handed a Netflix comedy special.
Right.
Hello, I'm the orphan who got raped.
That's
I'm not telling comedy jokes anymore.
First of all, I'm the orphan who got raped. Orphans get raped all the time.
Well, okay.
What do you think? It's all Little Orphan Annie? It's not song and dance. It's butt fucks and broken dreams. That's all orphanages are.
I'm gonna back up on it once again.
We're writing that musical. Little Orifice Annie. We're writing that one.
Okay, so is this a paid show or is this a free show here? Is this just going everywhere?
I think this is going behind the paywall.
No. No, the other one was bad. The other one had your brother on it. This week, this has to be the YouTube one.
Well, I'm already offensive, so yeah.
Listen, people know what they signed up for. If you can't laugh at a joke, you're obviously an orphan who got raped.
Jesus.
That was Pat Oates, everybody. That's
Yep, the Pat Oates on an Island podcast. Bobby and Covell swimming away. Covell, tell the people where they can.
We're all wearing name tags to say my name on it. I'm in. I'll do it too.
Hey, Bobby, this is random. I'm kind of OCD or whatever. I would have gave yourself a capital B. That's just me.
Oh yeah,
This doesn't
actually show up when we put it out though.
Yeah, it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
My bad. I know how annoying that can be.
Well, I don't know about annoying, but I was like, if I was to do a podcast and they had my name like lowercase, I'd be like, oh, they think they say my name quiet or something? What does that mean?
Well, they think lesser than me. I'm not good enough.
I know, right?
That's where I would go. Like, oh no. They don't think
and then I'd be defensive, and then I'd like start attacking the host a little bit.
Yeah. Especially when he tells a sweet joke about orphans. All right, where can people follow you, man? Thank you for doing the show. We appreciate it. Where can people check you out?
Facebook, Covell Hudson, as spelled right there.
They're not going to see it.
Y'all can see it?
No, they won't. Okay. They won't see it.
Oh,
it will be in the YouTube link, though. It'll be in the YouTube link.
Yes.
So yes, they can see it.
All right.
I will spell it right.
This definitely isn't smooth right here. All right, I'm gonna smooth it up. All right. On Facebook, Covell Hudson. On Instagram, Vell Hudson. On YouTube, Vell Vision. Vell Vision Podcast. Vell Vision Productions on YouTube.
And one of the guests you actually had on there was Dave Landau. It was one of the paths we crossed together. Fun story.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave's the best, man. Dave's awesome.
No, he's a good guy. I've done I've had Nick DiPaolo, Dean Edwards. I've had Rip Michaels. I've had Cool Bubba Ice. Nice. I got I got quite a few.
You're not playing around. That's awesome.
No, yeah, I'm trying to do it moving, man. But no, yeah, and I appreciate you for having me on here.
You were great, man. Thank you so much for doing it, Bobby.
Check out the Eastside Dave show with Roy Harder every Tuesday at 7:30 on Compound Media. Check out our Patreon. We got some fun episodes over there. We just did one with Ray and Not My Brother.
Oh yeah, it's not your brother.
Doesn't really matter. The 21st of December, something fun's happening. I check out the Secret Show Twitter. You'll see what's coming. It's big.
Word. Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be interested to watch the replay of this because at the beginning I wasn't high, but the edibles kicked in.
I noticed.
You've noticed,
but it got no. But you did it well. I'm not gonna say
it was smooth.
I think
I'm looking at myself right now.
I knew you were there when you started really overthinking Bobby in the pretzel sticks.
Yeah, I can see a little bit there. Yeah,
we went through a whole Soap City hot sauce commercial, and then you're like, anyway, Bobby, back to the DoorDash guy. I'm like,
I thought we were continuing the segment.
No, and I love that you did that, but I was like, all right, that's enhancement, if you will.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. My cheeks look all rosy, but yeah.
I'm not going to promote anything, Bobby, except for one thing that has nothing to do with me. Last night, I went and watched the Ghostbusters new movie. I saw it in IMAX, and I never liked Ghostbusters. I thought Ghostbusters was corny as fuck. Now, I'm old enough where I saw it in the theater when I was 10 years old. I thought it was weird. And every time I watch it since, everyone's like, great movie. Really, first of all, it's not funny, the original Ghostbusters. Everyone says it's funny. It's not funny. Bill Murray's trying to rape people. It's nerd stuff. I don't like the shitty ghosts. I never liked those movies. That movie I watched last night was so much fucking better than any Ghostbusters movie I ever saw. It was actually funny. There was a real fucking story. There was origin story to it, building up to a new thing. There's a little kid telling fucking jokes from a joke book to ghosts. It was, if you're a comic, you will laugh at the shittiest jokes you ever heard. But the movie was actually good as shit. Now, IMAX, it was crazy because the screen was fucking huge and like seats were shaking and ghosts were in your face and shit. But they didn't show you a ghost every 2 seconds. They waited till the fucking end. So you anticipated seeing that shit. So I dug the fuck out of it. I thought it was great as fuck. So I would get high and go see Ghostbusters Resurrection. That was a good fucking movie. And also subscribe to our podcast on YouTube and everywhere else. You can do that. But I enjoyed the fuck out of Ghostbusters. And if you like the other Ghostbusters, you must have been an orphan. That's what I'm saying.
What happened to that orphan? Hey, got to go all the way.
Yeah, he's a ghost now. Now, if I was a ghost, if I was a pedophile and died, and there are ghosts, I would
join
go
'em,
to an
feed
orphanage.
'em,
I'm like,
and don't be
I can see your
a
balls.
piece of shit.